Hey, thank y'all so much for watching another episode of Bad Brad's Cajun Cooking. Today we're going to be cooking a pork jambalaya for about 80 people. We're going to have 30 pounds of meat, 10 pounds of rice. I'm about to show you step by step how to cook this bad boy. First, I got 25 pounds of meat of this Boston butt. We're about to crop dust that with some Bad Brad's crop dust seasoning. It's going to take most of the whole can. So again, this is some pork Boston butt. And we're going to put the whole can. We'll get that seasoned good. All right, I'm going to put a little yellow mustard. It's going to act as a marinade. Shoot, that's probably a good cup. Now we're about to get dirty. Mix all that up. We're gonna let that set for a couple of hours. And then we're about to start frying some meat. All right, we got 6 pounds of yellow onions, 5 large bell pepper, and 1 bag of celery. All right, hey, we're going to start off. We're going to put a gallon of hog lard. That's the secret. If you can find some hog lard, that's the ticket. And don't panic. We're going to take all that grease back out. We're going to fry. We're about to fry 25 pounds of meat at one time. All right, you see how it's starting to smoke? It's time to put our meat in. All right, so you saw we got our meat in there. So what's going to happen is going to make a bunch of water. And then as that water starts boiling out, then it's going to start frying in that grease. And so stay tuned. We're going to keep it rolling. Hey, I want to say hi to a little boy that's one of my biggest fans. His name's Reed Laverne. Hey, Reed, look, we go stir in that pot. Oh, yeah. Oh, Reed, let's get it. So it's been about 15 minutes so far. You can see how it's still got a lot of liquid, a lot of water in there. It's going to keep cooking for about another 45 minutes. It should start to be looking good, start flying out of the grease. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. You can see a lot of that water starting to boil out, and you can start to see the grease again. But you got to be careful. Right now, it's starting to stick. I call it the sticking stage. So you'll be able to feel it with the bottom of your paddle, where it's sticking on the edges right there. So you want to get that all unched up so it don't burn. See, that's going on the bottom. Gotta save that though. That's going to add to your flavor. That's some gratin right there. Right, I think we got it everything unstuck. We'll check it back in another 10 minutes. All right. So every couple of minutes, I've been checking, and it's still kind of in that sticking stage. You got to keep finding it and scratching the bottom. You'll feel it with the bottom of your paddle. See how it's still coming off. Hey, so this pot I'm using right here, this is a 15-gallon pot, and I could put up to 50 pounds of meat. With 50 pounds of meat, if you're making like a to-go box, a plate lunch, I usually figure a half a pound of meat a person, and you can get 100 plates, 50 pounds of meat. Right here, we got about a little over 30 pounds of meat, including the sausage that I'm gonna put in a little while. But What I do is to figure your rice, I'll take so if I have 30 pounds of meat, I multiply that 30 pounds times 30%, and it gives me the pounds of rice. So 30 times 30%, 9, so it would be 9 pounds of rice. But we got a little bit over 30, so even 10 pounds of rice will be perfect. I use right here, this is a 10-pound bag of long grain Toro. It's some local farmers in Crowley right down the road that farm this rice. So that 30 pounds of meat, if you just figure in like women, children, and it's just going to be a little bowl, well then you can probably get 90 plates, 90 bowls out of the 30 pounds of meat. So it would be 3 people per pound. But so just to give you an idea of, to figure your pounds of meat per person. Hey, look, this recipe right here, this goes back years and years. These old timers used to cook it like this. Back then, that's all you can get was hog lard. And we're fortunate that we could still get hog lard around here. A lot of places like meat markets and stuff like that do gratons and crackling and stuff like that. They sell their hog lard. But about 25 years ago, Mr. Mark Landry, they call him Viper, showed me this, and ever since then it's been an awesome recipe, and I cooked a lot of them. So I thank Mr. Mark for taking his time to show me. I didn't always cook in this big pot right here. I started off with small flat bottom black pots, and then I got bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, so this meat is done. You can feel it slick at the bottom again. We got everything unstuck. Look how pretty and brown that is. It's starting to kind of fall apart a little bit. What I do is try and take your paddle and kind of cut it. Like, see that? Look, that piece just cut right in half. It's tender. So we're going to take this out. Ooh. What I do is I use this, you can see there's gray, I call it some lugs, gray lugs. You line the bottom with some paper towel, kind of catches a lot of that grease. Or you don't know how good the hog lard smells. Cool. If only had some fish to dip in that hot grease right now. Oh. Okay, so I wanted to show you what I do. So I dump the rice. I have this container right here. You could see how I got that. You could see the rice through the container. I have a mark that says 10 pounds. Now, I don't know if you could see, but it's got like quarts. Starts off with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't know if you could see those numbers on there. So where this mark is at 6, roughly 6. So I'm just gonna double this rice with water. So 1 rice to 2 waters. So after I'm not good at explaining though. But anyway, so we're going to fill the water up to here. But I'll show you. Look how good this sausage is starting to look. So hey, when I started frying the pork, it took exactly 1 hour from the time I put the Boston butt pork in the grease to the time I took it out. Sometimes it may go a little less, sometimes it may go a little more. It just depends on, how high your fire is and how quick your meat gets tender. All right, our sausage is done. Some people may like more smoked sausage than that. I mean, I don't like too much smoked sausage. It's a pretty good ratio. 25 pounds of pork and 6 pounds of smoked sausage. I'm sure them people in Phil Platt, if they could smoke the pork and have some smoked sausage. All right, let's get these vegetables sauteed. All right, we got our vegetables brown like we wanted. I'm gonna add a little bit of minced garlic. All right, we're gonna throw our meat in. All right, we're ready to add our water. So you can see where my 10-pound of rice mark was, and I doubled it. We're gonna bring it to a ball. You're gonna taste that juice, see what it needs, and then we'll be ready to add the rice. All right, I'm gonna add a big spoon of some crop dust. We add some salt. Gotta be a little taste of saltiness for your rice. That rice is gonna soak up that salt. Now put a little bit of garlic powder. May hit it with about a half a spoon of some cayenne pepper. I got some chopped parsley. All right, let's see what that juice tastes like. Hey Josh, that's not juice, that's gravy. Oh, read, not that. It's really something. Got the little spice in the throat. Got the salt. It's ready to put the rice in. Hey, look. So a little story about the that's not juice, that's gravy. Back in high school, about 30 years ago, some older friends of mine, they were in the cafeteria line, and one of the guys asked the cafeteria lady to put a little bit more juice on his rice, and that's when the cafeteria lady said, "That's not juice, that's gravy." So after 30 years, they still saying that, and they used to see how fast they could say it. That's not juice, that's gravy. So anyway, just want to. All right, we're ready to put our rice in. All right, so we're gonna keep stirring it like this until it comes back to a pretty good ball, and then we're gonna cover it and lower our fire to as low as we can. All right, we're gonna simmer it, cover it. All right, let's see what we got. It's been covered for 20 minutes. All right, we're gonna put our green onions. Bam. Watch this. Oh, it came out pretty. All right, we're gonna flatten that out like this. And we'll turn the fire off. Let it set for a little second. All right, it's time for a taste test. Y'all look at that. Oh, that's really something. That's very good, man. Hey, I hope y'all can be able to, cook this one day. If you're struggling, like where your water is not like dark like you want it because it just didn't brown right or fry right, look for some. It's hard to find. I'm having trouble finding it, but it's called caramel coloring. It's a jar of or a plastic bottle of burnt sugar. There's no taste to it. You just add like a spoon like this, 1 or 2 spoons like this, and mix it in your water before you put your rice, and it'll give it that rich color. So anyway, hey, I thank y'all so much for watching. I'm praying for you. Remember, God loves you all the time. God bless.